Good morning, folks. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. And I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection Workshop, where the smell of fresh oil, a little elbow grease, is all part of our balanced breakfast. Around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles, to the people who drive them, to the community that keeps Niagara rolling, because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here Monday through Saturday for you every single week for the Motormouth 8 a.m. morning drive, helping you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. Roads? Where we're going, there are no roads. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means. So stop on by anytime, stick around for shop talk, expert advice, a few good laughs, and maybe, if you're lucky, I'll have a flashback. There'll be a story or two pops up here and there. Well, first and foremost, we should have our morning swiggy. Very important. So if you're scooting through the drive-thru right now, yep. Did you have a good family day weekend? Get some stuff done, making her happener. Get out there and, try out your new crazy carpet and put the, what is it that Clark put on there? Some kind of cooking grease or something on the bottom of that flying saucer. I'll tell you, we nearly killed ourselves on flying saucers when we were kids. Yeah, nothing like being pulled behind a snowmobile at 100 gajillion miles an hour going through snowdrifts along the side of a fence that you could get tangled up and come out the other side looking like human julienne fries. We never thought about that stuff. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I hope you had a fantabulous weekend. Let's enjoy a swiggy together. If you're joining us for the very, very, very first time, welcome aboard. We're saving a seat for you. We always have our morning swiggy together, so whatever your morning beverage is, it's okay with us. Somewhat. Kinda. Ours is high octane, 99.5% octane boost. So we count it down, 3, 2, 1, then we have a swiggy together. So we'd like to thank Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, for making our morning Car Connection morning swiggy possible. Building Canada since 1931 with building supplies, hardscape, landscaping materials, and you best be getting on the radar, on their calendar, to help them get you a spot, save you a spot to get your backyard makeover taken care of. So you have that oasis, that special space where you want to hang out and just be. I have that space, and I'll tell you, I love that spot. Yep, I absolutely look forward to spring and just heading outside on my space, cup of joe, and just listen to the birds and just kind of be. Yeah, and they can help you with that. Help select all the products you're going to need to make that space special just for you. Line you up with a contractor that can estimate it, start the job, finish the job, and you can go, wow, thanks, man. That's what we're talking about. That's Niagara Block. Check them out on our website. We'll get there in a minute. So you ready? I bought you some time. You got your cup of joe. Double check it. It is a takeout window, and it is Tuesday, Monday today, if you know what I'm saying. Or Monday, Tuesday. So we're a little bit behind. So today we need to be extra sharp. So check your order, because remember, the rules to the drive-through do not include reverse. So lock that down in your cup holder. Keep an eye on the other guy, one eye on the road. If you've got a co-pilot this morning, 16-pack of Crayola crayons over there to the right. And a folded up leaf bag is our special laptop for taking notes. So welcome aboard. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby. It's a little on the chillax side. What's going on with that? I think I left it sitting too long while I was lighting the fireplace in the main part of the campus here. It's acceptable behavior. We'll take it. Our topic this morning, a little bit of a heavy one, so I thought I better spring it on you now. And we got Fun Friday coming up this week. I thought, on the lighter side of things towards the end of the week, heading into the weekend, kind of a good thing, kind of prime the pump a little, pump the primer. You know what I'm trying to say. Prime the pump heading into the weekend. So we're going to have Fun Friday. We're going to spend some time mocking out minivans in a nice way. Yeah, in a very nice way. We're going to have some fun with that on Friday. So if you're a minivan owner, the biggest question is, I'll throw it out now, is can you really look cool in a minivan? Is that possible? That one's been spinning around in my head for a while. Never really thought about it much. And then I was thinking, if the only vehicle that we could all buy would be a minivan, how would you go for a Sunday afternoon cruise and look cool in the minivan? I don't know. Let's see if we can rattle out some answers on Fun Friday this week. Okay, this morning, the dirty truth about dealer maintenance plans. I could get some hate mail on this one, but I don't care. I really don't. I only have one feeling left, and I can't even identify it. So we're not, science has checked me over and going, it's an IDK, Motormouth. I don't know. Can't define it. That one emotion or whatever that is that you have left, that one feeling. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to unpack a couple of tips. I'm not going to go behind the curtain because I could, and that would really get me. Somebody's going to have to make me a hacksaw pie and weave a rope or something to get me out. So we don't want to do that because there's coffee to drink and cars to fix. We got stuff to do. As we say on the shop floor, there's poop to do. Are you loitering? Were you thinking about going out front of the shop and busking for a while? Well, that's not a bad idea. See if you can get enough money for coffee time. All right, let's jump in this morning. Yeah, I tell you what the phone numbers are, but we don't have any. It's a podcast. So remember, everything we talk about in the Car Connection Workshop lives on our website. So whether we're on YouTube, we shot 3 new videos yesterday, and our fleet maintenance video will be coming up a week Friday. It's already slotted. It's scheduled to light up on Friday. I think that's the 2/7 of February, I believe. Anyways, not this Friday, but next Friday. So you're going to want to jump in on that and take a look at how important it is to change your mindset on vehicle preventative maintenance and grab hold of the concept of fleet service, because that's going to save you a lot of dough. A lot of dough going back in your wallet. So that video, that's a special video I put together for you. Skippy giving me a hand. Yeah, she's not good with cue cards. Yeah, you got to put the side towards me that I'm supposed to read. But we got there. We got there in a second take. We pulled it off. We've never done that type of video before, but I wanted to make sure that all the points that I wanted to cover with regards to treating your everyday driver as a fleet, part of your fleet. So if you got a couple of kids at home with cars, plus hubby's car and your own, man, you got a mini fleet that you got to take care of. And that's where I spent a lot of my time as a mechanic growing up in the mechanic world. From my first, second, third year, did a lot of work on fleet vehicles. And I'll tell you what, I realized right away, this is how they do it. What do you mean? Well, you'll have to watch that video. if you change your mindset and lean towards seeing your vehicle as a fleet, it's going to save you a lot of money, let me tell you. And I'm going to guide you all the way through it because I know how to do it, because that's what I do. I look at my vehicles as tools, not toys, and fleet service. Every single piece of equipment needs to be serviced so that you can keep it and not end up, as I say, home to work, home to work, home to work, home to work, like the hamster on the wheel, spins in, run, jump off, lick the ball, get a pellet, jump back on, and make a car payment. That's the never, never plan. And that's what I call the noise. So in that video, you'll hear me talk about the noise versus the signal. So that's coming up a week from this Friday. As I said, I can't get to my calendar at the moment. Well, I could, but I don't feel like it. Okay, it's the 27th. I believe that's Friday the 27th, but you can correct me if you would like. Car Connection brought to you by Rainbow Motors and Garage up in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Rita and Ramiz Shanuda, the brothers, have sales and service going on there for a long time. They've been a part of our programming when we were on radio all the way up until this past November. So if you're up in the Scarborough area, they do have a small car lot, and they do have the resources to find something specific you may be looking for to drive, like a minivan. Just saying. Sales and service you can trust always. You can buy something there and have it serviced there. Some vehicles qualify for extended aftermarket warranties. But if you just have your everyday driver and you need a place to go where you can trust them to your vehicle, Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust, service to all makes and models, including light commercial vehicles as well. Thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center for serving men, women, children, meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. They are 2025, 2026 nonprofit, faith-based organization we've come alongside to make you aware of what they're doing out there in times when community support is very crucial. Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation. Located at 385 Derby Road in the heart of Crystal Beach, and serving the kids. They have an after-school program for the kids. They feed them, love on them, teach them, help them with their homework, mentor them. Chocolate bingo, can't get in, tried, no. And they have music class. They can take music lessons for free. They have a music department there, all at no cost. Programs for single moms, seniors, the elderly, small humans, large humans. Check them out at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. Just click on their link below their logo. Actually, right now we've got it set up. Just click on their logo. Bam, take you right to the profile page. You can check them out, and maybe you can figure out how you'd like to get involved there. Be a donator, donating once a month or once a year or when you can. That all helps. Or why not become a volunteer? See how you can get involved. So thank you for that. And if you do donate $25 or more, they will issue a tax receipt. So let's jump in this morning. Jump in real deep. So our biggest tool box drawer is our website. That's where we park everything so that you can connect with us, and we'll connect with you. So here's what you'll find. At carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, on the home page, you'll find everything available to you to connect and follow on our YouTube channel. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you're missing out on a lot of teaching. The basics, the basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership. The more you learn, the more you're protected from being taken advantage of by taking your vehicle in for service. So it's very simple. You learn 5 things on each video. What it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have known and learned more about the basic fundamentals of owning and operating an automobile other than unlocking the door, getting in, turn the key, or press the button, away you go. Gas and oil once in a while, right? Tires are round and black. No, there's more to it than that, and I teach you all those things. We have over 100 videos available to you, and we put 3 new videos up every single week covering different aspects of the automobile and having some fun all at the same time. And yes, Skippy does make fun of me, and it's okay because she's laughing behind the camera most of the time. Yeah, we have a good time. Yesterday we did she's putting together a reel of me and our groundhog. We have our very own groundhog. Yeah, so you'll have to check that out. It'll pop up on Facebook or Instagram or both. I can tell you that right now. Those links are all available top right-hand corner of our homepage on our website, as well as our iHeart Radio is there. Click on that link, and our merch store. And don't forget about StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca. We're there as well to be part of the Stevensville community. And that website was created by our Skippy, our videographer, to bring the people and businesses together as a community. She lives in Stevensville, grew up in Stevensville. My parents have lived in Stevensville for almost 42 years. So they decided that they would put us there and make us unofficial Stevensville people. Yeah. So there you go. We have a merch store available for you. Buy and grab some Car Connection Motormouth garb and be part of our Car Connection crew, helping those who are struggling with addictions to get to a total freedom addiction campus for Canada and USA, where a new life awaits them there. And so when they've made that decision, we want to make sure that we're doing, as our Car Connection crew, we want to do our part and make sure that we do everything to help them to get there, because they do not receive any outside funding. They are responsible to create their own resources so that people can get into the campus. So help us out with that. Buy some merch, show it off, send us a selfie. We put 6 new items up at the beginning of winter, as well as our official, very own Car Connection coffee mug. And it will accept any beverage you place inside it. So it's limited edition. Make sure you grab one. You order online, pay online safely, and it gets shipped to you by Freedom Expressions, which is a part of Total Freedom Canada and U.S. So got your crayons ready? I bought you a bit of time so you can take some notes this morning, because this is a heavy-duty one, but not really. Not really. I'm breaking it down into bite-sized chunks, as my professor would say. Motormouth, how do you eat an elephant? With ketchup? Hot sauce? HP sauce? Barbecue sauce? I don't know. Chipotle? He goes, one bite at a time. Oh, okay. Yeah, got that. That makes sense. They're not chicken wings. Exactly. The dirty truth about dealer maintenance plans. Well, first and foremost, to get my bum, which I don't have, I'm British. I don't have a bum. People tell me all the time, do you know you don't have a bum? I go, excuse me, do I know you? It's personal. Anyhow, Skippy picks on me with that too. She goes, you know you don't have a bum? What would you do if you had a bum? I go, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. It's emotional. Emotional damage. Yeah. So where was I going with that? Well, right out of the gate, when we closed our shop in 2000 and something or other. I can't remember now. Brain fart. 2001, I believe. 2001. For health reasons. It kind of blew out a couple of discs in my back, working 18-hour days consecutively for quite some time and moving some carpet. Yeah. It almost put me in a wheelchair. It was bad. It was not good times. Not good times. But we made it through that. And I went to work for Volkswagen. And so I learned a lot. I really did. I learned a lot. Great company. But I'll tell you, you got to make sure you do your job. Yep, otherwise they do show you the door. But I remember my factory rep developed a really good relationship with him. He was Bavarian, and I'm English. I was born in Oldham, Lancashire, just so you know. I do like fish and chips, okay? And mushy peas. I can't help it. It's in the genes, the Levis. So him and I were talking about the maintenance schedules in the owner's manuals, which was huge, and it still is. You know, if you're doing your maintenances according to the dealer's outline, their maintenance outline, you got to make sure that your documentation is done correctly, so your repair orders are in order, and you have that filed away ever so nicely. Should you need to claim some warranty, that's the first place they go. Are you servicing it at a dealer? Do you have your paperwork up to date? Are your service maintenance intervals up to date? So this one particular time he was down to the dealership where I was posted, where my post was, and I said, Mike, here's the thing. Like, is all this stuff got to be done all the time? Like, and he goes, and he was Bavarian. Well, he'd always say, well, Niall, is not the Bible, is not cast in stone, is only a suggestion. And I'm like, what? What? It's like, what did you just say? It's only suggested. Okay. But if you don't do them, then you're blacklisted. So I didn't say that part out loud. That was an inside conversation, if you know what I mean. Did not want to upset my factory rep, because when you need them to help you out with customers. So I'm like, oh, it's only a suggestion. And that has stuck with me for a long time, since like 2004.5. And I got to thinking about that, and I'm going, how can it just be a suggestion? But yet, if you don't bring your vehicle in for the 8, the 16, the 32, the 48, the 64, etc., and get your book stamped, that was huge. Don't forget to get the VW stamp in the book. We always had to make sure when they came in, dropped the vehicles off, that they brought their service book inside so that we could stamp it, sign it, put the mileage in, blah, blah, blah. Make sure that all the paperwork is done at the dealer level. Now, if you lose your copies or your invoices, well, the only thing I can tell you is there is a file set up on every one of those vehicles, because when there is a warranty issue that needs to be resolved, the first place I would have to go is when the manufacturer's rep is coming down to the dealership for a dealership day visit. I would have to have all those that want to meet with the rep have their files pulled. That's the first place he went to. Fresh cup of coffee, little snack, and the files. Where's the files, Niles? And there's no S on my name, just saying, okay? All right, don't call me Kevin. That's close, but not quite. I'd go right here. I'd have everything all set for him. Perfect. Goes through every single file for every individual that's bringing their vehicle in and wants to talk to the factory rep about something that we just can't get resolved because it's not covered by warranty. And it goes on. But I'll tell you this. As a company, I never even imagined for 1 minute the amount of W5 warranty that VW puts through for their customers. They want you to buy a VW forever. And they go out of their way. What is W5? Well, I did a lot of warranty. W5 meant it was goodwill warranty. That means you're 10 decades out of warranty, and the factory rep says, yeah, we're going to cover that. All of it. W5. Yeah. Try that with a domestic car company. Yeah, right. We'd really love to help you, but we can't. you're 2 kilometers over. Yep, sorry, click back. That's how that works. We used to make fun of it in the shop. You know, us guys picking on each other all day and say, I'd really like to help you, but I can't. I'm a little busy here. So anyhow, that got my attention, is the amount of W5 warranty they put through for their customers to keep them as customers. And not just customers, but clients. So let's jump into some of the stuff that my neighbor is a great example. I won't put the name out there, but he bought a very expensive vehicle, and he's like an old hot rodder. No, that's really not true. He's more like a child. Yeah. He has this special vehicle, he brings it out, and I just love to see that, because at that age, he enjoys automobiles, and I love hanging around with those guys because we're like-minded. We enjoy automobiles. So anyways, it got a really nice, expensive toy, and I remember the one day where I was talking to him, I'm going, oh, you're doing your own oil changes now. He goes, well, a few, colorful metaphors came out to start the conversation. And he goes, yeah, like and he has an accounting background because his father was an accountant anyways. He goes, like $800, Niall, for an oil change? Really? $800? And he's going, $800 for a stinking oil change? He says, I can check stuff myself. He says, all they do is check. Yeah, $900. I go, wow. I never would have imagined it's that much money. I said, well, what are they checking? Oh, they check the seatbelts, make sure they retract. He goes, somebody sticks their head in the glove box, and I couldn't stop laughing. They slam it and make sure that the light goes, they can verify that the glove box light does, in fact, go out. And he goes, and they charge you for that stuff. Just checking. Just looking, Yep, the wheels are on. Yeah, all 4, they're on. Check. And he goes, they charge you for that. I can do that myself. I said, well, how do you maintain your warranty? Well, I have to prove to them that I did my oil change. He says, so I send them the receipts. And then I show them that my sheet, I checked it all off. I go, well, good luck with that one. I said, he goes, I am not going to pay $800-900 to go in for an oil change, and all they do is all check marks in my sheet, and I'm paying for check marks. They don't actually do something. They're just checking stuff. Okay. Yeah, so that's, and these, talking about the prepaid service plans, they really benefit the dealer more than the owner. They do, because it brings you back to the dealership so they can get you again, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm trying to do this nicely, as nice as I possibly can, because it really needs to be trimmed down, if you know what I'm saying. Trimmed down, fellas. If you want to get people to come back to the dealer after they purchase the vehicle, a lot of people would say to me, you know what, can you do my maintenances? I do not want to go back to the dealer, because they feel, and rightfully so, that they're being taken advantage of. Huge. $800 for a check and an oil change? Right. Sign me up. Never. So here's the other thing you have to watch. What's actually included versus excluded if you buy those prepaid service plans. As I mentioned already, they often benefit the dealer more than the owner. As long as you're getting the work done and it's documented, and get the shop owner to ask them, can you do factory dealer maintenance? And a lot of the high-tech shops, and I can think of a few right off the top of my head in the St. Catharines area, they can peel off those documents and include them with your service order, that work was done, and it was done to the dealer's specifications. and it didn't cost you $900. So if you're prepaying, like you prepay a package where it could include oil changes for the first year or the first 2 years, you want to make sure you understand completely what is included. But most of all, I always say when it comes to like extended aftermarket factory warranties or even the factory warranty, you know what list I really want to look at? What's not covered. That's the list I want to see. I don't care about the covered list. I want to look at what's not covered, because if there's anything on the what's not covered list that I'm concerned with, I am going to express that in a responsible manner, practicing discernment best I can without losing it. So that's the list I want to look for. So there's a heads up. We haven't done a program on extended warranty, aftermarket warranties, or factory warranties, but I will unpack that for you. And your eyebrows are going to flutter a little bit longer. So you want to know aftermarket warranties or any kind of warranty, any kind of prepaid service plan. Look for the list of the excluded things. And if there's things on that excluded list that you're concerned about not being on the included list, that would be the point of discussion immediately. And don't assume something that's on the excluded could get on the included by crocodile tears, throwing yourself prostrate on the floor, pounding your fists and saying, I didn't know. That's not going to help you. So I just thought I'd put that out there in case you were thinking that's the game plan. Next, why intervals are often marketing driven. Like I would see this myself and go, 8,000K, 16,000K. Well, you know, it extends after that. It goes up by 16. And I'm like, what? 16,000K before a service? Are you out of your mind? Right. Exactly. Because that ain't right. You know, if you're wanting to own that vehicle long term, you're going to need to ride that preventative maintenance horse right from the get-go if you're wanting to keep it. There's no way on this earth that I would extend my service intervals by that much. No. Times no, divided by no, plus no, equals no. Yeah, just in case you were wondering, that is the formula for no in the Car Connection Workshop. That is the formula. So intervals are often way too marketing driven. Oh, you don't have to service it for 8,000 kilometers. But the next one, you don't have to service it for 16,000 kilometers. Think of all the money you're going to save on too much maintenance. Too much maintenance? It's a freaking mechanical machine, bro. Yeah, made by humans. Large humans. Big humans? Yeah, big humans. Yeah, it's mechanical. It's no different than a bulldozer. It's mechanical, and it needs servicing more, not less. So they want you to service it less because those are the things that make your ears tickle. Oh, goody gumdrops. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't have to service it for 16,000 kilometers. Well, something to keep in mind, fluids aren't monitored, and we're going to talk about that in the very near future. Fluids are not monitored, and the fluids protect very expensive components that when they break and you're outside of warranty, it's your baby. It's your dime. And if you're thinking of keeping the vehicle long term, then you've got to practice the right maintenance strategy from the very beginning. Thus and so, I'm teaching you the fleet management maintenance package, and that video comes out a week from this Friday on our YouTube channel. So you want to get on our channel, get subscribed, signed up, whether you know a little about automobiles or absolutely nothing. Watching the videos, you will be taught a lot of information on how to understand your vehicle and get every dime out of it. And at the end, you still have change left. Exactly. Extended vehicle maintenance is a very, very destructive idea. And the plan is that for you not to service it, to stretch out your service intervals so that they can get you out of that vehicle into something else, and they really want your trade-in because pre-owned vehicles are selling like hotcakes. New vehicles are sitting in stockyards. There's manufacturers still have 24s, 2024s, thousands of them sitting around. 2025, thousands of them sitting around in stockyards that haven't even made it to a dealership level yet. And we're into 26. Anyhow, when do dealer plans make sense then? Maybe that's a question you're asking me. Well, here's the thing. If you suck at vehicle maintenance completely, then following the factory maintenance plan, if that's what it takes to get your vehicle in for service to make sure that it's doing well, then that's when I say if you got the money to pay and it's convenient for you to do that, then you know what? Continue to do what you're doing. If you're one of those people that you've got buckets and bathtubs full of cash and you're able to replace a vehicle every 3 years, 3 to 5 years, so kind of like last payment, or, I'm kind of tired of this. I really like that one. I'm going to get that color next time. Yeah. So if you're that kind of person that, throws stuff out when it's still good, I like to hang around those people. Just saying. Yep. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm just saying. I got some pretty cool stuff, let me tell you, being in the right place at the right time. Going, yeah, I see what you mean. It has a little nick on it. I'll take that. Thank you. Scratch and dent. Best way to buy appliances, too, man. Scratch and dent. Your neighbors aren't coming over and check to make sure there's no dents or dings in your washing machine. Hey, can I see your washing machine? No. Why? It's out for service. Oh, I see. Yeah, scratch and dent. We have to look for all those ways to save money. And then you're not being a tightwad, TW for short, but you're saving money. So who cares? It's not what you make. It's what you get to keep that counts. That's where it counts. It's not what you make. It's what you get to keep. So again, if you're in that position where, it's convenient for you to take it to the dealer, they give you a ride home or they give you a loaner car if it's going to be tied up for a bit. You might get an electric scooter, if the cars, loaner cars are out for too long and they go, you're going to have to take this. That's secondary. Yeah, electric scooter, which isn't too bad as long as it's got winter tires on this time of year. However, if that is what makes you comfortable and gives you that sense of security, taking it back to the dealer because you think they're the only ones that can fix it. Oh, I think I swallowed a bug. Yeah, so then continue to do that. But as for the rest of us, yeah, the Festivus for the rest of us, remember that? We need to go elsewhere. And we need to take control of our own destiny when it comes to owning an automobile. And to reiterate, if you're just tuning in, my factory rep stating that the service intervals, it's not cast in stone, Niall. It's not the Bible. It's only suggestion. Wow. I held on to that baby close to my chest. There you go. There's your answer. I'm not the message. I'm just the messenger. Yeah. There's your answer. It's not cast in stone. But while you're under warranty, I will tell you this. You better have complete documentation. And I can teach you that because I did a lot of warranty work, millions of dollars of warranty work, paperwork. Yeah. Putting through and coding warranty and getting paid, making sure that the warranty claims within the heart of mothership got paid out by the manufacturer. That was just one part of my job while I was there, is making sure that happened. And as they always say, he who plays best knows the rules. Exactly. And I learned the rules, and I learned how to play the warranty game. And I was very good at it. And I was all for the customer. Yeah, I'm under the umbrella mothership, but I was working behind the scenes like a mole. Moly. Anyways, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot in 4.5 years, 80 plus hours a week. Let me tell you, 90 minutes one way from home. Exactly. So we better ride this one out, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. What are we talking about tomorrow morning? Better make sure I get this in there. Thank you to City Auto Sales and Leasing, Earl and Louise Grant. You have got to meet this couple. They are car guys. They really, really are. They've been in the business for 25 years, providing low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. And I'll tell you, the reason I took them on when Louise called me and said we'd like to be a part of Car Connection, I saw the products they were putting out. I'm like, these cars look like stinking brand new, like they've been hermetically sealed and just released recently. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's how they've earned the moniker Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. You can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. If you or someone you know is struggling with debt, they have investment portfolios with the bank making pittance on your money while they're making oodles of cash. You need some estate planning, not escape planning, estate planning, powers of attorney, health proxies, the whole 9 yards. And if you've got kids living at home, you need to make sure they're covered in your estate plan. You need a mortgage arranged, life insurance, critical illness insurance. Then you need to connect with my brothers from other mothers, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro, 50 years combined experience as fiduciaries, certified financial planning professionals, two of the best in all of Canada, and very humble. They've been my financial planners for decades, and I'll tell you what, everything I just talked about, they take care of. And it gives you a great sense of security knowing that those areas that need attention that we don't like to talk about are covered and being well taken care of. So you can qualify for an hour and a coffee discovery meeting by simply connecting with either Tony Miele or Larry Tetro and get your questions answered, folks. That's the best thing I can tell you. Go to those who have the fruit on the tree, not advisors, certified financial planning professionals. They understand tax planning, pre-tax planning, all of it. Because remember, it's not what you make, it's what you get to keep that matters. When you're trading time for money, moms and dads, out there every single day doing it again and again and again, and it may be something that you don't even like to do, but you got to do it for the next 35, 45 years, it's not what you make. It's what you get to keep. So connect with them. Grab that hour and a coffee discovery meeting. No sales, no pressure sales whatsoever. Leave your wallet at home. You won't need it. And book your time and get there and get your answers to your questions. Real answers to real questions. And there's no condemnation. Nobody's going to say, hey, that was a dumb idea. You will not tell Tony or Larry anything they've not heard before. Trust me. Absolutely. So you can meet by Zoom, conference call, in the boardroom, coffee shop, or even at your home. Whatever level you're comfortable at, Tony and Larry will meet you there. And let me tell you, that's going to be a great day for you. A great day. When you think all is doom and gloom, that's going to be a turnaround day for you. And you'll say these words, should have done that sooner. So take advantage of that and get that discovery meeting done so that you can have peace of mind. Peace of mind. So we're talking about tomorrow morning why modern cars are harder to own, even if they're more reliable. And that's true. That is a very true statement. Why modern cars are harder to own, even if they're more reliable. So we're going to cover that off tomorrow morning. Come and join us at 8 a.m. for another round of Motormouth's Morning Drive. And take it easy out there. Be careful. Weather. We didn't cover weather. Well, good thing somebody just reminded me that. It's going to be a bit gruesome today, so batten down the hatches. Severe weather in the Niagara region. So if you're in our areas, listen up. Special weather statement. Conditions expected around 3 a.m. this morning. Is it the 18th already? No. Additional alert for Wednesday, February 18th. That's what they're saying. Okay, let's jump over here. Have a look. Here we go. 36 degrees right now and cloudy. Wind is making it feel colder, about 28. Foggy conditions. I'll tell you, at 4:30 this morning, I couldn't see my hand. I'm like, I think I left my hand under my pillow. I got to go get it. Can't see it. So foggy, seriously foggy from 8 a.m. till noon. So be careful out there with hazy conditions expected around noontime today. Today's temperature range is from 34 Fahrenheit to 39 Fahrenheit and feels like actually 27 Fahrenheit to 38. So take it easy out there. Going to be a little bit tricky, and we'll give you the weather report tomorrow morning. We thank you for being with us today. Peace, patience, kindness. Always happy, healthy motoring, and we'll see you Wednesday morning. Bye for now.